So we just met two kind gentlemen into the stairs, and I let them introduce themselves. So who are you, and what's your company?
I'm Paul. We're from Israel, from Tel Aviv. We have a graphic messaging app, and we're hoping to disrupt the way the messaging world. I'm in charge of marketing.
I'm Ohad. I'm CEO at Slipnote, and as you said, we're a graphic messaging app. You want me to tell about it?
I wanted to ask, what is
what is Slipnote?
What is Slipnote?
That's why we're here. Great. So basically, in the last year, content has become more and more visual, but it still seems that texting is a bit, extremely boring. We cannot tell, a lot of times we have different ideas that we want to share with our friends. For example, yesterday I got a haircut, and my head was looking a bit like a mushroom head. And, Paul wanted to write about it. So obviously as a text it would never work. But Paul took a cut off of my face with Slipnote, a mushroom on my head, and says, good luck, congrats on the new haircut. So the thing is that a lot of times we have different ideas that cannot be as a text, they need to be visualized. So Slipnote is a messaging app that allows to create those ideas in an instant and to share it with friends in the app or outside the app.
It sounds much more funny than emojis. And you talked to me about another project you work on, which is like to introduce children to.
An idea we had. Basically, our target market is sort of 13 to 20, maybe a bit younger. And so an idea we briefly discussed was going to New York to promote entrepreneurship amongst high school students, and perhaps also organizing a hackathon for high school students in New York. Basically, we want to promote the idea that there are exciting career paths outside of the traditional law, lawyers, doctors, scientists, that sort of thing. We'll also give them the tools to prepare while they're in high school, to prepare business plans, think outside the box in terms of apps and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So
you also come from Israel, which is like the startup nation, and
we call it the Silicon Wadi. Wadi in Arabic means valley, so Silicon Valley.
And I wanted to know, what is the special thing in Israel what makes that country so crazy in startup thing?
I think that's a big question that I'm not sure that has an answer. There's a lot of hypotheses around that. I would assume that the main reason is that Israelis are very rude and they're very independent thinking. Usually that generates creation. Creation is startups. Startup is basically a group of people trying to test if someone is interested in their ideas, and Israelis say I'm interesting, and then they try it. It can be related to this, or just to the fact that it's a very small country, so people are trying to create opportunities.
I'll further that a bit. As well, Israelis, they all go to the army. So all people from all different social classes are mixing together in the same units and that sort of thing. And so on top of the army, you've got the fact that the country is really, really small. So, you might be going for lunch break at a work, intermingling scientists with doctors and that sort of thing. And there's lots of sort of interdisciplinary innovation as well. I think that could be also another factor.
All right, so let's come back on your project, which is like the reason you're here. And I would like to know, where are you in your project right now?
Yeah. So right now we're kind of like finished our alpha version with a focus group. We're in the early state of trying the app, seeing how it should be. And in a week from today, more or less, in the next week, our official beta version will be released, so that's pretty exciting. And then I think a bunch of people will start downloading it, and it's get viral, we hope.
And is it available for everyone, or is it only a beta tester version?
It's available for everyone on the App Store, and
in a public
3 weeks
alpha.
from now it's going to be available on Android as well.
Oh, that sounds great. So I'm pretty sure most of us will try it. Thank you very much, guys, for your time, and it was a real pleasure to have you on Student and LeWeb today.
I'll leave with a little quote.
All right.
When it comes to visual messaging, SMSs, they're good for sort of saying that you're going to be late or making plans, but our stories aren't boring, so our messages shouldn't be either. We think visual messaging is going to be the future, and Slipnote's the platform for it.
Thank you very much. I think that's a good last point.
Yeah, it is.
Have a good day, guys.
You too.